Welcome back. It's Inside the Tornado. I'm your host, Kris Mangrum, and our guest today is the head coach of our swimming and diving teams, Juan Somoza. Juan, always a pleasure, sir.
Always a pleasure. I love being here.
You're about to kick off year 4, believe it or not, as the head coach. Why don't you walk me through some of the lessons you've learned in these first couple years, and how are you using those now?
Yeah, to be honest, it's been the entire 3 years that I've been here already, and going into the 4th year have been fantastic. It's the King has been my home for a long time, so definitely want to make sure that it goes in the right direction. Over the last few years, we have learned a lot, not only as coaching staff with different GAs, but also as a team as a whole. So one of those things is to make sure that we're always looking for the next meeting instead of just focusing on what is happening. So always focusing on the next one. And when we're done with conference, focus on the next conference already. So I think that's one of the things that we have learned the most.
So last year we talked about how some of your better swimmers and leaders were kind of pulling the sled for your program. Who are some of those key leaders this year that we should be looking out for?
Yeah, absolutely. On our women's team, we have 2 seniors, Cassie Lowe and Riz Lolela. So they have been fantastic because they started at the same time I started here.
Yeah.
So they have been growing with me in the program, and they know the ins and out of how I coach and how I do things. So if we're looking at anyone that knows how I do things and will help the incoming, like the new swimmers, get into that rhythm, are going to be them.
And any on the men's side as well?
Yeah, of course. On the men's side, we have Evan and Jack that always have been, as Jack has been growing in the program for the last 2 years, now going into that junior year, and Evan going into his sophomore year. They're both kind of leading the team in different ways and making sure that everyone is adjusting in the right way.
So back to the women's side. Finished 6th last year at conference championships, had a school record fall last year as well. What are some of your expectations for this women's group this year?
So I think the women's team this year is very strong. And we have a couple of new swimmers that are kind of learning how we do things. And I've been telling them that we want strong girls, we have strong women that fight bear. That's kind of the motto for a couple of them right now. It's a funny thing, and I hope they're looking at this and laughing a little bit. But yeah, we want strong women in the team, and I think we're getting to that. So yeah, we're definitely getting to where we want to be with the girls team in terms of mentality and explosiveness or competitiveness.
Okay, and walk me through how about the men's side, as they had a 5th place finish last year at conference. So what should we expect to see out of them?
Yeah, I think that for conference on the men's side is going to be a very good battle. We have very strong relays coming into the program, and I think we're going to be very competitive in most of our events. Like generally most of our events, we have someone that will be competing for top spots. So I think on our men's team, the main thing that we have to focus in is on focusing the competitiveness into the right places so that we can take as much as we can over the next few meets.
So your first event's coming up. You guys are getting ready to compete and swim a lot here over the next couple of weeks. So just how excited are you to get this season going?
I am so ready to get this started. To be honest, it's been a long wait. Normally we have the King invite at the beginning of the season. I did would be like 2 weeks ago. And then we compete, and then we take a break. This time it's a little bit different, where we had our break in the beginning of the season. I'm not gonna lie, haven't been a fan, but I think we're gonna make it work with being really good at our first few, in our first part of the meet, dual meet season, and then being really competitive at the real King invite this time. That's gonna be our first meet season hosted by us.
Yeah. Well, get ready. King Swimming is about to dive in, as they've got several meets coming up. Starting October 18th, a tri-meet with Mars Hill and Lenore Ryan. Visit kingtornado.com to learn more about this year's team, their schedule, and their results as we go throughout the season. And as Coach says, fight the bear.
We have to fight the bear.
Fight the bear. All right, this has been Inside the Tornado. Thanks for tuning in. Always a pleasure with Coach Juan Somoza. I'm Kris Mangrum. See you later.